Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Let's get to the news. So, folks, as we dive into this new NFL season, there's a buzz in the air, a lot of talk around the Eagles and what might be happening behind the scenes. And trust me, when you look at the big picture this year, there's a storyline that's starting to unfold which could redefine the NFC East, and more importantly, the Eagles' chances of reaching that elusive Super Bowl again. And no, it's not just about the players already on the roster, but about a potential signing that could bolster their defense in a way that's rarely seen in recent seasons. We're talking about Christian Wilkins, a name that's been making waves since the news broke about his release from the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, you might be wondering, how does a defensive tackle from the Raiders, who was just a part of a 4-year, $110 million deal, end up suddenly a free agent? Well, it's got a lot to do with injuries and disagreements over how to handle them. Christian Wilkins has been battling a serious foot injury, and the Raiders, after placing him on the physically unable to perform list, apparently couldn't find common ground with him about the next steps. According to reports, Wilkins wanted to explore the possibility of surgery, seeking multiple opinions to ensure he was doing what's best for his health and career. But the Raiders weren't on the same page, leading to his release. This is a huge shakeup, especially considering Wilkins was seen as one of the premier young defensive tackles in the league, and his departure from Las Vegas has sent shockwaves through the NFL community. And here's where the Eagles come into focus. Christian Wilkins, as a free agent now, is in a prime spot to sign with a team that can give him the space to recover and get back to his dominant form without immediate pressure to start. Philadelphia, with their strong defensive line, is arguably the perfect fit. They already have Moro Ajomo and Jalen Carter leading the interior line, with Ty Robinson and Byron Young providing solid rotational options behind them, along with Jordan Davis at nose tackle. The starting unit is among the best in the league, no doubt about it. But what has separated the Eagles in recent years has been their ability to add quality depth, to rotate players effectively, and to keep their defensive line fresh and aggressive throughout the game. And that's exactly what Christian Wilkins could bring to the table. The Eagles have a history of smartly adding players who can step in and contribute without forcing them into immediate impact roles, especially when coming off injury. Wilkins, prior to his injury, demonstrated he could still be a disruptive force. In his recent games before the injury, he racked up 9 pressures, 14 tackles, and 2 sacks. Those stats add to his already impressive career totals: 182 pressures, 256 tackles, and 28 sacks. Those aren't just numbers. They highlight his ability to get into the backfield, disrupt plays, and be a consistent presence on the defensive front. For a team like the Eagles, which values versatility and depth on defense, Wilkins would be an ideal addition. Moreover, there's a crucial factor that makes this potential signing even more appealing: the presence of Vic Fangio as the defensive coordinator. Fangio, who's well known for his complex, disruptive defensive schemes, has a long history of maximizing the potential of his players. And interestingly, Fangio and Wilkins have a connection. They worked together when Fangio was the defensive coordinator with the Miami Dolphins. So, bringing Wilkins to Philadelphia would be a reunion that makes a lot of sense tactically and culturally. Fangio knows how to get the best out of Wilkins, understands his strengths, and can integrate him smoothly into the Eagles' defensive rotation. The timing of this is also critical. With the season approaching, and the Eagles aiming to defend their NFC East crown and push for another deep playoff run, adding a player like Wilkins could be the missing piece in their defensive puzzle. The Eagles' front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive in free agency and the trade market, and this could be their next smart move. Especially considering that Wilkins isn't expected to be a full-time starter immediately, he can come in, work his way back from injury, and contribute as a rotational player, giving the Eagles even more flexibility and depth. Let's not forget, the NFC East is incredibly competitive this season. The Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders are all making moves, strengthening their rosters, and trying to dethrone the Eagles. So, any edge could be the difference between a division title and an early playoff exit. If the Eagles can add Wilkins and get him healthy and motivated, they're not just beefing up their defensive line, they're sending a message that they're serious about contending again, about defending their crown, and about making this season one of their best in recent memory. Now, you might think, but do they really need him? Well, the truth is that the Eagles have a solid starting unit, but depth is what keeps them on top. When injuries inevitably happen during the grueling NFL season, having Wilkins in the fold could be the difference maker. His experience, his ability to generate pressure, and his versatility to play across the line make him a valuable asset. Plus, with Fangio's scheming, Wilkins could see a resurgence, a chance to shine again and remind everyone why he was considered one of the top young defensive tackles in the league just a few seasons ago. And of course, all of this is happening at a time when the NFL landscape is shifting. The Raiders, after releasing Wilkins, are making moves of their own. But for Wilkins, the best scenario might be joining a team that's already a proven contender. The Eagles fit that description perfectly. They have a championship-caliber roster, a coaching staff that knows how to develop players, and a defensive coordinator who can unlock Wilkins' potential once again. Looking ahead, if Wilkins does sign with the Eagles, it's going to be fascinating to see how he fits into the scheme. Will he be primarily used as a rotational player at first? Absolutely. But don't be surprised if, as he gets healthier and more comfortable, he starts to see more snaps and even some opportunities to make game-changing plays. His presence will also serve as a morale booster for the entire defensive line, giving the Eagles even more confidence in their ability to dominate on that side of the ball. This potential signing is not just about filling a roster spot, it's about strategic positioning. The Eagles are always looking for ways to improve, especially in the trenches. Those battles up front are where games are won or lost. Bringing in a talent like Wilkins, who has proven he can be a game-wrecker in the right system, could be the move that pushes the Eagles over the top. And with the NFC East getting tougher every year, every little advantage counts. So, as we watch this story unfold, keep an eye on the next steps. Will Wilkins sign with the Eagles? Will he choose a team that offers him the best chance to heal, develop, and potentially cash in on a big season? The NFL is unpredictable, but what's clear is that the Eagles are positioning themselves for a serious push. They know how important the defensive line is, and adding Wilkins would be a statement of intent, an assertion that they're not just defending their division title, but aiming for another Super Bowl appearance. And remember, folks, the NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint. Injuries, trades, signings, all of these pieces come together to create the big picture. The Eagles are in a prime position to capitalize on this, and if they do land Wilkins, it could be one of those moves that fans will be talking about for years to come. The potential for him to reunite with Fangio and contribute to a top-tier defense makes this story even more compelling. It's a classic case of a player finding the right fit at the right time, and for Philadelphia Eagles fans, it's an exciting prospect to consider. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe Christian Wilkins would be the right addition for the Eagles this season? Are you excited about the possibility of him reuniting with Fangio and strengthening the defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. We're in for an incredible season, and with moves like this, the Eagles are showing everyone they're still hungry for another Super Bowl run. Thanks for sticking with me, and let's keep that passion alive.